Josh has thanked the bus driver. Caleb has thanked the bus driver.
Rosa Parks has thanked the bus driver.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, now before we Space Center Houston, we are going to talk about one thing. That one thing is this plane over here.
Pandemic 2008 has thanked the bus driver.
I'm gonna go on that.
Now that plane is known as Independence Plaza. It's one of our permanent exhibits here at Space Center Houston. The plane underneath.
Hey, look, a turtle. I don't see it.
747 aircraft designated NASA 905. This plane in particular was the one that actually carried the Endeavour, Challenger, Atlantis.
That's a beautiful mud lake.
It is. It's more of a river.
Yeah,
High fidelity backup of a space tunnel that was donated by
Do you hear the sound it's making?
We just passed the security gate. We need to clear it out officially on Space Center government property.
Wow. Cows.
My gas was actually owned by Rice University, and the project that it was owned by our oil company. NASA purchased land in 1962. We acquired 1,620 acres for a total of $25. This land that you see over here on the left is a tribute to what the Johnson Space Center used to be. This is known as the Longhorn Project, just started by former JC Director George Abbey, who's looking for a way to get back to the community. He collaborated with local school districts. Once again, what this is known as the Longhorn Project. If you didn't get a good sight on the Longhorns, don't worry, they do move around. Inside we have this building is on the right hand side that has the mural of the Saturn V on it. It's actually housing our Saturn V rocket. This one in particular would have been Apollo 18 if it wasn't canceled due to budget cuts. It's one of the three flying Saturn V rockets in the entire world. The other two are located at the Marshall Flight Center in Alabama. The other one's at Kennedy Space Center in Florida. The rocket itself is the most powerful, heaviest, and tallest rocket that's ever been built, standing a whopping 363 feet tall, making it 60 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty. The other two rockets we have here, the one that's on the farthest side with the red tower on top of it, that is known as the Mercury Redstone rocket.
Ow.
The Mercury Redstone rocket was used to launch our first manned space mission on the Mercury program. Actually rode on top of a rocket very similar to this. And a fun fact about the Mercury Redstone rocket, they are actually converted ballistic missiles.
Ah.
Now the other rocket we have here is known as Little Joe 2. Little Joe 2 is an unmanned test rocket used between the years of 1963 and 1966. The Tesla Apollo 6 modules and parachutes as well as the launch abort system. If you don't know what the launch abort system is, if you look at the very top of that rocket, you saw that tower that kind of looks like a mini rocket. Well, in case anything goes wrong during the flight, such as there's a crew malfunction or the rocket stops working, we can actually use the launch abort system to eject the command module off of the rocket into the safety of the surrounding water.
Wow, look at that bike.
We are now on Johnson Space Center.
Yeah, I know it. It'll do
It does
that.
not look like your traditional government facility. In fact, to some of you, this may actually look like a college campus. It's not a coincidence. NASA did this on purpose. NASA built the Johnson Space Center to look like a college campus to encourage the spirit of innovation and collaboration.
Innovation, mystery, science, deer.
Head into our right, we have Building 17, home of the Orion Project Office. Carrying 4 astronauts for the
What do you think about it so far?
Historical development of the Orion Capitol from here. Now responsible for
yes.
training walking layout of the Orion Capitol. Over here on our left-hand side, we have Building 21, the Human Health Performance Lab. Inside of this building, teams of scientists are dedicated to studying results of experiments that are conducted in space in order to better the lives of our astronauts while they're in space, as well as our own lives down here on Earth. that, ladies and gentlemen, we actually do undergo changes to our bodies over in space. Space flight is not just an easy task that we can do. There's a lot of health risks that are associated with it. For example, you lose about 2% of your muscle mass and bone density for every month you're in space. Now, right now, we currently are on the International Space Station. Astronauts spend typically around 6 months there. So this can easily be counteracted with proper diet and exercise. However, we're doing our Mars missions. That's going to be the longest mission anyone ever been on. It's going to be a 3-year-long mission. 9 months to get to Mars. You have to wait about a year and a half on the planet before you can return to Earth. And 9 months just to get home. 3 years. So of course NASA has decided that this 2% will add up, and that is something we're not going to accept. So that's where we get home. After all that build-up, they couldn't even walk.
Wow, liquid nitrogen, neat.
So NASA's actually working on ways to combat these issues. That's why we sent astronauts to Scott Kelly up into space for 1-year-long missions, so we can study these results of the experiments of these longer duration missions and hopefully find a way to combat these diseases or these problems.
Are you making fun of your culture?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching our first stop on space through the Christopher D. Kraft Jr. Mission Control Center. It's fitting this building is named after Christopher D. Kraft because he is known as the father of mission control. So the entire idea and concept of mission control was his idea, and the techniques and methods that were developed in the first mission control room are still used in the current one and even used in the one that we have.
Right.
Now, once we get inside of the building, we're already going to be heading out to the Apollo mission control room. I'm just giving you guys a little forewarning right now. If you see any pictures of the Apollo mission control room, it's not going to look the way it previously did. Right now, we're in the middle of a restoration project. We're going to talk about some work upstairs a little bit more in detail. Remember, the lobby to get to the front of the group. Once I pass your row, you're free to follow me inside of the building. Thank you.
This is awesome. I'm recording if that's okay. Just for something to put out, you know. Yeah, fist bump. Cool. Yay. Hey, hey, oh, hey, oh. So this is the building that contains mission control. Cool. You're looking for food.
Oh, wait, we are? They said no food on the tram.
No food on the tram. That's exactly what he said. What, do you have hot Cheetos or something?
No.
Where are the hot Cheetos? Where are they?
No, I don't have any.
Boy, I know you're lying. I smell the hot Cheetos. Dude, you're so short. You don't even show up in the camera. Like now I'm only recording your forehead. Nice. I know. We get to go not in there, but there. Do people actually still work here?
No, I don't think so.
That'd be cool.
There's like no one here.
Yeah.
Like,
Although NASA is gonna get restarted.
it's like old Jurassic Park.
Ooh.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you enter the room, if you'll do me a favor, please make sure we're moving all the way up here to this yellow and black striped line in the very front of the room. As you enter the lobby, you may have noticed those watches in the back display. Our astronauts used Omega watches during the Gemini, Apollo, and Skylab missions. Those are some of the watches that they used. Generally, each astronaut gets their own, and instead of having that chain link band you saw, they actually used Velcro instead. The time on those as well is not specific, it's actually just the time that Omega has designated as best for advertising, so.
So, we have to go up 87 flights of stairs. What do you think about that? What do you think about 87 flights of stairs? No? Yeah. Oh, the elevator does sound pretty exciting. Not gonna lie. Well, it's time for a workout.
No, she's fine. She's fine.
There's not much to 87 flights of stairs. 87 flights, not 87 flights, 87 steps.
Flights would not be good.
steps. If we had to go up 87 flights, I'd be asking a few questions. 87 steps. We'll all be dead by the time we get up there. Go.
We won't get up there if we're dead.
You gotta go up this. Third flight. This isn't fun. Anyways, so we need to be very quiet. Shh. This is gonna be a while. 87 steps. Oh, I think this is the top. That was so bad. Ooh, my legs are feeling it. Hey guys. Morning.
I'm also going to be your host for today. I look familiar to some of you. I'm also your host on today's tour today. We haven't seen you face to face. Hi, good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Let me also be the first to welcome you up those wonderful 87 steps I'm sure we all enjoyed. That was one of the greatest moments in world history into Apollo mission control. This room you're seated in, this room that's in front of you, this isn't a museum display, this isn't a simulator, this isn't a replica, this is the actual Apollo mission control room. Whenever our astronauts would call from the moon, Houston, this is the room that they were responding to right here. This is the room that was calling them as well. All those famous phrases we've heard, such as Houston, we've had a problem. This room was here to respond to that as well. The room you're seated in is what we call the VIP viewing room. This meant that basically you had to be a friend of a friend or a very close person in order to get to this room, or you had an appointment or an invitation, like I said. There was only one group of individuals who had an open invitation to come in here whenever they liked. That was the families of the astronauts. And they rightfully had that privilege because their loved ones were currently on a journey farther than anyone to that they had ever traveled before, all the way to the moon and back. So this room was to serve as a second home to them almost. They could come in any time of the day they wanted, any day they wanted, just to simply relax and focus on what was going on in the mission. Anyone else who wanted to get into this room, such as the President of the United States, foreign dignitaries, or the press, they all had to get an invitation or set an appointment, and you can still be denied that and told you need to come back at a later date. Presidents have been in this room, as I just said. We have every U.S. president from Lyndon B. Johnson all the way to George H.W. Bush inside of this room, and even the Queen of England was in here as well at one point. 1991, she was in here for one of the shuttle missions. I know we do say we call this Apollo mission control, however, we did operate the first 21 space shuttle flights out of here before we moved to the floor below us into the other side of the facility. Both of these rooms have been removed for a very similar reason. All the plaques and portraits that decorated the walls in here as well have been taken down, and the 2 rows of consoles up there are missing as well. And like I said, this is for the 50th anniversary of the Apollo 11 moon landing. The goal is by July 20th, 2019, when that anniversary hits, when you walk into this room, it's going to look like you just step back into a moment that's been frozen in time. Everything in here will look just brand new. The puppets, the wallpaper, the ceiling tile, everything. Those 2 rows of consoles, they're out in Hutchinson, Kansas right now. We're bringing them back to their original Apollo 11 configuration. So if we do come back on a special day, they're not going to be blank like they are now. They're actually going to be lit up, displaying actual Apollo 11 data, along with monitors back there as well. We'll have items that decorate these desks as well, things that mission controllers are planning to donate, such as their ashtrays. They'll just look like they stepped out for a very small break after the mission. Now, I did say this is the actual Apollo mission control room. There's been a lot of famous things, as I stated earlier, that have been spoken to this room in front of us, and I think one of the most famous things was on July 20th, 1969 during the Apollo 11 moon landing. So on that date, we were descending down onto the lunar surface. Both of these rooms were as quiet as possible because it was a very make-or-break moment in the mission. We were either going to land on the moon that day, or we were going to have to abort the mission and try again later. Fortunately, a few moments later, we actually heard Neil Armstrong call out, "Houston, Tranquility Base here, the Eagle has landed." Now, 6 hours later, time for us to walk on the surface of the moon. So Neil Armstrong is the commander of that mission. He's the first one out of the lunar lander, crawls on his hands and knees out of the hatch, down the ladder, with his left boot print on the surface of the moon, says those very famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." Now, those weren't any of NASA's PR words, believe it or not. They actually let Neil say what he wanted to say because they figured if anyone's going to know what's right for the occasion, it's going to be the person who's going to be doing it. And I think what Neil chose was something very simple and profound because he understood the situation that was at hand. There was an American astronaut and there was an American flag that were being planted on the surface of the moon that day. However, it wasn't just a moment in America to be proud of. 1/3 of the entire world's population at that time was watching this event on TV. And as I said, it's not something that America could be proud of, it's something the entire world could be proud of as well. For the first time in written, recorded human history, someone had left our planet, journeyed to a celestial body, and put their footprint for the first time in our history in that planet, or in this case, the moon. And that's something we can all cherish back down here on Earth. We even left a plaque to symbolize this as well after the mission that said, "We came in peace for all of mankind." Some of the last words that were actually ever spoken out of this room for the Apollo program were actually in 1972. So we were departing the surface of the moon. Eugene Cernan, the commander of Apollo 17, said, "We're on our way, Houston." If you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, the very first and last words ever spoken from the surface of the moon to this date have been Houston. That is something we're very proud of here at Houston, Texas, Johnson Space Center, and of course back at Space House Houston. One day, somehow, somewhere, someone will be going back to the moon. NASA has already expressed plans on doing so with our upcoming Orion program, and so have other private companies like SpaceX as well. But that can never take away from this room's accomplished. We had an impossible task at the time, to get a man to the moon by the end of the decade and return them home safely. That's something that most people would consider impossible, you can't do it. But this room was able to achieve that for the first time in human history. And there will ever only be one Apollo mission control. And ladies and gentlemen, you're currently in that room at this time. That does just wrap up everything we do have time for inside of this building. We're going to be coming to our next stop, the astronaut training facility, in just a few moments. If you do have any questions at this time, I'll be over here on the right-hand side and I'll do my best to answer those. Please ask away if you do have them. I love questions. If not, you're going to follow our wonderful driver, AC, back down those 87 steps. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, do keep in mind this is an active working government facility. We can just keep our voices on the low at all times throughout this building, just so we're not disturbing the International Space Station Mission Control Room, which is actually one floor below us at this time. And do remember when you get back to the tram that we do need to return to those exact same seats. In a few moments when you do stand up, please make sure you do have all of your personal belongings, so cell phones, wallets, backpacks, purses, anything of that nature. The children, any children left to be donated to the Orion program. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed your stop here at the historic Apollo Mission Control Room. I hope you enjoy the rest of the tour.
I want to be donated.
Alright guys, you can follow me right this way back down the stairs.
Yay, we're gonna go back down. Really talented people. So how many people? You want to go down the rickety old elevator? Oh, Jamie noticed the mural. It's a long way down. Day 4 on the stairs. We haven't reached the bottom. When we will is debatable, but I'm not sure. Houston, we need a new elevator. An escalator. And the exit. We made it. Hey guys, hold up, hold up. Look at these beautifully trimmed hedges. These are NASA hedges.
Oh yeah, like the last, what's it called?
So literally, you're all the way up there. And the Apollo 11 mission control. So how's it feel to be in a room full of great people once said?
21.
It's interesting.
Are you still recording?
Yeah, this phone records longer than 5 minutes.
You're gonna use up a lot of storage.
I want to use up a lot of storage. This is a really cool thing. Then I post it to YouTube, and then I delete the video so that it's on YouTube.
This will be like my 39th YouTube video that'll be on.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm taking a video of your entire walk.
Sure, why not? NASA bushes. NASA bike sitting carelessly thrown on the ground. NASA. Are you gonna do that every time I look at you with the camera? Why are you insane? Back to the tram. La 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 la. Scooch. Scoot.
And spreading.
Yo, how'd it feel to be in a room full of great people?
It felt good.
Felt good? What about you?
What?
How'd it feel to be in a room full of once full of great people?
I guess.
Cool, I guess. Okay.
He guesses everything.
Hey, O'Brien, what did it feel like to be in a room full of cool people? Once full of cool people.
Where?
Where? Where? Where?
Space control.
Space control, yay!
Weird.
Mission control.
No, but that was actually really cool. The fact that they had to remove 20 years worth of cigarette tar from the walls and the ceiling. Man, these ceilings are a lot higher now.
It's dangerous.
TheAutismNews.org.
No, it was like, so there's this really funny, like,
Elmo video. Elmo
and
is
he
Donald
starts like, calling the fake news like a really long cuss word. And he's like, what does I like to call it? The Doody Cocky News. Yeah.
Go to cool.com, satire,
Stop.
pile onion.
Just stop.
Okay, they have, it's like mini sites, and then they have Resistance Hole and Patriot Hole. And it's just
What time is it?
satire pieces. Sometimes
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed your stop here today at the Apollo Mission Control Room. We're going to make our way to our next stop, the astronaut training facility. Please remain seated while the tram's in motion. AC whenever you're ready. Clear.
No, 10:02.
No, you know it'd be funny if in the future they made hovering trams, but like the sound effect from the Jetsons with the cars, beep, 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 beep. Like that sound.
So that mission control room we just saw, as we said, is the Apollo Mission Control Room. There's a total of 5 mission control rooms actually throughout the facility.
Mission
One
control.
directly below the International Space Station.
I should hold it like this.
And on the other side of the facility, on the south
23 minutes in, and I realized my mistake.
mission control room.
I realized my mistake 23 minutes in. I'm an idiot.
International Space Station mission
record.
control. That room is in operation 24/7, 365 days a year. Because we always have an astronaut.
I'm so sorry. 23 minutes in, and I made my mistake.
When the International Space Station was first started, we actually made a promise with the Russians that it would always be an American and always be a Russian astronaut on the International Space Station at all times.
Sprint. It's a
If
stylo.
you look over here on our left and onto the top of this building here, you see that American flag. That American flag actually symbolizes the epicenter, or the center part of Johnson Space Center, but also that we kept that promise with the Russians. And that flag there has been flying for a total of 17 years. And ongoing.
17 years, man.
International Space Station is a partnership of
Look at all those
15 different nations that make up different entities of the International Space Station. Of course, it's not just the crew when we use that term international to mix up the effort. There's different launch and landing sites all throughout the world, as well as training facilities and various other things as well. To learn a little bit more about what makes up the different components of the International Space Station, our next stop, the astronaut training facility.
It's really
Over
jerky.
here on our right, we have the Space Environment Simulation Laboratory, which houses 2 large vacuum chambers, both of which are National Historic Landmarks as well for their contributions during the Apollo program. Chamber A is the spacecraft, Chamber B has the space station. To give you an example, the last time we actually used this facility right here, it does take a while for it to get ready to set up for proper testing.
I hope it does.
Last year around this time for the James Webb Space Telescope. If you don't know what James Webb is, that's okay, another study. James Webb is the successor to the current space telescope, the Hubble Space Telescope, which is operating in low Earth orbit around the same area the International Space Station is at. Unlike the Hubble Space Telescope, James Webb is going to exist past our moon, so it's important that any tests that we do are 100% accurate, and that James Webb is able to pass all these flying colors. Unlike Hubble as well, James Webb is going to be able to see a lot farther. It's going to be equipped with infrared. Now our eyes can only see up to the spectrum. However, when we use infrared, that's something we can't see. Something this telescope is going to be able to see. It's going to be the far different solar systems as well as galaxies.
You see that water? That's NASA water.
Some of those questions we've been wondering about our own universe as well. Over here on the right side, once again, if you look over here in this field, you're going to see that NASA trailer, and then behind that you're going to see that capsule, that black capsule sitting atop that white skirt. This is a model of our Gemini capsule. Gemini was America's second manned space program that lasted between years of 1964 and 65. And what was a very short program that lasted.
That's NASA water.
Very important for the continuation.
That's NASA water for you, mister.
During these missions, we actually learned how to rendezvous with another spacecraft while in orbit. We learned how to operate tools while in space. We even learned how to do a spacewalk. All of these things we still use on the International Space Station today, and we're going to be using on all future space flights.
You're going the same velocity when
So Gemini was very important for the continuation of NASA because we still use that to this day.
So much
We're now
information.
approaching our second stop on today's tour, the astronaut training facility.
So much information is going through those, or not, because they all look pretty rusted.
Give you a preview about what we're going to be seeing. We're going to be seeing different models of different spacecraft, such as the Orion capsule, as well as some commercial crew vehicles as well. We're going to see a functioning model of our SEV, or Space Exploration Vehicle we plan to use with the Orion program, as well as a full-scale model of the International Space Station our astronauts train on. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the next favor, making sure we return to our exact same seats after our stop on today's tour. AC is going to pull up here to the far side of the building. And when she does so, we're going to be exiting on the right-hand side of the tram towards the doors, and I repeat, the right-hand side only.
I'm sitting facing back, so more like my left. Hey, it's me!
Thank you.
I decided to record this way again because it actually starts to hurt my hand after a while.
What's in here?
So I'm not sorry. The windows are blacked out for a reason. And an astronaut training complex. Ooh, more skiers.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you enter the facility, if you could do me a favor, please move up all the way here to this yellow and black stripe line. We just want to make sure everyone can get in here and out of the semi-cool weather we have out there as well.
Hey look, that's the guy.
Facility, are we still doing good on our tour today? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can I give a thumbs up? On the International Space Station, when we ask our astronauts in mission control how they're doing, the universal sign for we're doing all right is actually a thumbs up. So that is a portion of your astronaut training completed. We're going to finish off the cardio portion in just a minute. We have a total of 26 steps we have to climb to get to the very top of the facility. That's significantly less than our last stop, so hooray.
Yes, sir.
Yay.
We do need the elevator, however. AC is over here on my right, and she'll be more than happy to assist you with that. When we're upstairs, we're going to be making a total of 2 stops on a catwalk. We're going to be stopping to give a little short talk about what we have in front of us. Once again, if you can do me a favor, make sure that your cell phone's on silent this time so you do not disrupt the guests around you, as well as myself, the presenter, while I'm giving my talk. In addition to that, you'll also make sure the flash on your camera is disabled once again. When we do enter the catwalk upstairs, it's important that we keep moving all.
And now we go see where they train. Wait, I gotta wait for my battle buddy. Hurry, there is he. There he is. Whoa. This is like surreal. That's actually really cool. Dang. Look at that suit, yo. Look at all this. In space, no one can hear you scream. So this is a mock-up of the International Space Station, ISS. That is really neat. I don't even know what half this stuff is. It looks awesome. Great things are designed here, that's for sure.
Ask me and I'll try and
Partial gravity simulator.
I'll try and answer some of your questions of what things are. So if you
What are those things on that rack right there?
these are hard hats.
I'm just trying to grasp how the sheer size of all of this.
That's actually how big this thing is.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, can everyone hear me all right?
Yep.
Thumbs up once again if you can hear me. Sounds good. All right, welcome to the astronaut training facility. What you're seeing is one of the largest classrooms in the United States that our scientists, astronauts, and engineers use. In addition to some of the activities you're going to see throughout this facility that we're going to talk about, they're also working hard behind the scenes to make sure our space program is current and moving forward. They're planning and developing new hardware along with training procedures which are used by the astronauts and the various training hardware that we're going to talk about throughout this facility. These large white and gray pieces you saw as we entered the facility today, those are different modules of the International Space Station. This mock-up is full scale, meaning that it is approximately full scale to the International Space Station in space right now. The only difference from this one to the one that's in space is that some of the modules are in different configurations, as well as this one is missing the solar array joints as well. These modules are what we call low fidelity modules, meaning that we just use them for very basic procedures. When astronauts come to this facility to train for their missions on the International Space Station, this module over here is used for very basic safety and general assistance. So basically, on side of these, you're going to learn what it's like to live in the International Space Station, where everything is located, where everything is stored, where the food is, where your bedroom is, where you're going to use the bathroom at, where the laboratories are, and also how to use the airlock and other things on the station as well. In addition to that, as I said, we also train for safety procedures in here as well. We train for if there's a fire on the International Space Station, how do you handle that? As long as what do you do if you need to evacuate the space station in case of, as I just said, a fire, an ammonia leak, maybe there's something that's coming that the station can't dodge. Stuff like that is what you prepare for inside of here. We train them for all the worst possible case scenarios and hope that they never happen, just so that they know what to do in case something like that is to arise. Now, the International Space Station is a partnership of 15 different nations with different international space agencies. This includes the United States' NASA, Russia's Roscosmos, the European Space Agency, Japan's JAXA, and Canada's CSA. These nations both provide and